I chose a Tuesday, not for any special reason. Actually, that was the reason. Nothing memorable ever happens on a Tuesday. The night before, I wrote 4 letters, one for my sister, one for Daniel, one for the landlord, and one that wasn't really a letter, but more of a list now that I think about it. Passwords, accounts, all the little things someone would eventually need. Then I printed a will, 2 paragraphs. That was enough. After that, I cleaned the apartment, I wiped the counter, washed the mug in the sink, took out the trash. I remember standing in the kitchen thinking, well, at least nobody will have to deal with a mess. Strange thought, but it made sense at the time. The strange part wasn't the planning. It was the calm, no panic, no dramatic moment, just the quiet feeling that the decision had already been made. The next morning, I woke up early. Not because I slept well, because my head was quiet, completely quiet. For weeks, my thoughts had been loud, circling the same arguments over and over. But that morning, nothing. I made coffee, watched the sunlight come through the window. Everything looked normal. Then I left the apartment, and there it was, a cat, sitting on the second step. Not a beautiful cat, thin, gray, one ear bent like it had healed wrong. I'd seen it before near the dumpsters. It looked up at me. I stepped over it and walked down the stairs. Then I heard something behind me. The cat was following, not close, just a few steps back, like we were going in the same direction. 2 blocks away, there's a corner store. I went inside and bought coffee. When I came back out, the cat was sitting by the door. Still watching, I stood there for a moment. Then I went back inside and bought a can of tuna. No deep reason, just something I did. Behind my building, there's a patch of dirt by a drain pipe. People call it grass. That's generous. I opened the tuna there. The cat walked over and started eating, slowly. Every few bites, it looked up at me. So I sat down. Cars passed. A bus rolled through the intersection. Someone walked by with headphones. The world kept moving. Meanwhile, I was sitting on the ground watching a stray cat eat tuna from a dented can. If you're waiting for a big realization, it didn't happen, not then. What happened instead was simpler. Time passed, the cat finished eating, then it sat beside my shoe, not touching me, just sitting there. We stayed like that for a while, long enough for the coffee to go cold, long enough for the silence in my head to feel different. Eventually the cat stood up, walked toward the alley, then stopped and looked back, so I followed. The alley leads to a small courtyard. Broken chair, rusty bicycle frame, a plant growing through a crack in the concrete. The cat sat down in the middle, so I sat down too. We stayed there for a long time. My phone died. The sun moved across the wall. Then, eventually, the cat left. No goodbye. Just gone. Later that afternoon, I went back upstairs. The letters were still on the table. I didn't destroy them. I folded them, put them in a drawer with my passport. You can call that hesitation or postponement. The next morning, I opened the door. The cat was sitting on the second step again, same spot, waiting. That was 3 weeks ago. Now, most mornings, I stop at the store, buy tuna, sit by the drain pipe. Sometimes the cat shows up, sometimes it doesn't. But when it does, it eats quietly and occasionally looks up to make sure I'm still sitting there. And if you're expecting a message here, there isn't one. The cat didn't save me. It just showed up at the wrong time. And somehow, that was enough to ruin the schedule.